right, shalom, shalom to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, starting with the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each of the tribes, and to the innumerable multitude of the one-third remnants of men, women, and children, that Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, is going to have mercy upon in these latter days, which we're in the beginning stages of. And unto the Israelite foreigners, the speckled birds that are in the midst of these heathen nations, that look like the heathens and speak their languages, but are not them. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom to all of you. Before we get started with this quick hit lesson, we're going to face the east and give the much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Waha, Rocha, Kwadash, Shabbat Shemayim. Kol halayam la, Abanawa, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Waha, Rocha, Kwadash, Shabbat Shemayim. Barak Atha Yahweh, Barak Atha Yahawashi, Barak Atha Yahweh, Barak Atha Yahawashi, Barak Atha Yahweh, Barak Atha Yahawashi, Bahashem, Waha, Rocha, Kwadash, Shabbat Shemayim. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father's name, who the world calls God, which his name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, which means he is, he exists, he to be, the existing one. Bahashem in the name. Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly and incorrectly calls Jesus Christ, which his name in the Hebrew is Yahawashi, which means he saves, he delivers, he is the savior for the nation of Yashar Allah in general, but only for the elect, the chosen, the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each of the tribes, to the innumerable multitude of the one-third remnant of men, women, and children, and unto the Israelite foreigners, right? The ones that are scattered within these heathen nations that look like the heathens and speak their languages, but are not them, all right? That is it. The elect, the remnant, the chosen, all right? Bahasham in the name, Waha, Rocha, Kwadash, Shabbat Shemayim, and the Holy Spirit, which art in heaven, all right? I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and that rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. For you sincere Aki and Wa Akwath, you sincere brothers and few amounts of sincere sisters that'll tune into this quick hit lesson. Adawan, Oratazah, Lord willing, that this lesson is edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point, plain upon the tables, all right? I'm your brother Ayam Nawa Allah, representing Warriors for Yahawashi out here in Houston, Texas, 77089. Without further ado, we're going to dive right into this. And the topic, as always, is a biblical prophecy, all right? So without further ado, let's dive right into this. Shalom to the brother, shalom. Yahbashim Yoshai Barakatah, brother, shalom. The water. Okay, Khan, you're also in the back room too. Khan, brother, the water. All right. Let's get this rolling. All right. So, as everybody is well aware of, right, Iran has shot or has began an assault by means of missiles attacking and striking Israel, right? And obviously everybody should know that America has stated many times that they are going to be that contributing factor to their protection when it comes down to, this. It said back many months ago, they're saying that any nation or any neighboring countries that begins an assault against Israel, the United States will step up, right? Step up to defend and protect Israel, right? Now, with that being said, that's something that's going on right now, all right? Now, with also, as the title of this, the lesson, right? It says, I will stir up the Medes, and then it says Iran attacking Israel with missiles, right? Now, with that being said, right? The links to those articles that I want to go into are in the description section. All right, take heed to them at your leisure. All right, the Russians have heard about this and have sent ships. All right, naval ships that are armed with hypersonic missiles that they're traveling to the Middle East to go in to basically show support for Iran. Because remember, Iran is also a part of BRICS now. right? And once Iran is, involved in something, you're going to have the leader of their group, right, also be a part of it. So now you got the damn Russians coming, right? The Medes, the so-called Russians today, pulling up in the Middle East to support Iran. All right. We're truly being able to see this global catastrophe being made manifest. This World War III being presently made manifest, all right, which is biblical prophecy. It is not fulfilled yet, no, but we are seeing the beginning stages of it coming out to play, all right, panning out, being able to witness it, so to speak, all right. Okay, God. I can't see the rest of that. I don't know what you posted there, my brother, but I don't know if Esau's fucking with that too. God. Man, this damn devil's always gonna fuck with something. But hey, look, it is what it is, all right? But like I said, right, those articles, all right, the links are in the description box, all right, where Israel has declared that Iran, they're at war now with each other, all right, and the assault began, and now you got the Medes, the so-called Russians today, flying over there, right? But they are going over there with naval ships that are armed to the teeth with hypersonic missiles, man. All right, to go on behalf of Iran, to go support them. All right, and now you got America talking about, oh, look, we're gonna have to step up our game. A potential draft could happen for the numbers of the American military to be increased. And also, you already got, if I'm not mistaken, the United Kingdom Prime Minister said that they're seeking for actions as well. So NATO is about to get involved, man. NATO is about to get involved. All right, World War III is truly on the brinks of popping off, man. All right, and this is all what? Biblical prophecy according to the words of Yahweh Shemiel Shai. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna play this video so you guys can see. All right, play this video really quickly, and then we're gonna dive into the scriptures. All right, see, quick little video. All right, you see what's going on out there. Iran is full-fledgedly launching a full-scale missile invasion on Israel, man. All right, launching a full-scale invasion against Israel, man, right now by means of missiles. And guess what? You got the Medes, the so-called Russians, coming in with hypersonic missiles, coming in to be on the behalf of Iran. All right, you cannot say World War III is not about to start, man. All right, because it's already starting right now. It's about to be made manifest like 144,000%. All right, in its fulfillment in these last days, which we're in the beginning stages of. All right, it is about to be made manifest. All right, so without further ado, we're going to dive into these scriptures, bring this forth. That this lesson is edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point and plain upon the tables. All right, we're going to start off with the book of 1 Peter. All right, chapter 4, verse 7. It says, But the end of all things is at hand. All right, the end, the eon, the age of wickedness is at hand. All right, the end of it is at hand. All right, being made manifest right now before the eyes of the people. Be ye therefore sober, right? Sober-minded, spiritually, physically, mentally, being cool, calm, collected, right? Why? So you can be able to watch for these prophetic events to come to pass, because these things are predestined to happen. These things are inevitable, all right? Inevitabilities that are coming into fruition. That word sober goes into serious, sensible, or solemn, right? Serious-minded, thoughtful, realistic, or factual, right? These things are happening, right? And we are to be what? Sober-minded, man. Sober-minded, spiritually, physically, mentally, constantly watching for these prophetic events to come into fruition, because Yahweh Shemiel Shai's second return, right? His second debut, so to speak, is nigh, man. It's nigh at hand. It is soon to come to pass, man. All right. Let's move over into the book of Revelations, all right? Pertaining to the World War III that is soon to come to pass, right? The inevitable World War III, right? Let's bring this forth, because we see the beginning stages of World War III happening right now as we speak, all right? So we're going to start off in the book of Revelations, chapter 8, verse 13. And it reads, And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, woe, 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 right? 3 times, right? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, right? Woe meaning what? Destruction, right? By means of what? War, calamities, wasteness, desolation, all these things that are considered to be set perils that are written within the scriptures, man. All right? Woe, 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 right? 3 times. To the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpets of the 3 angels which are yet to sound. All right? So in other words, what? 3 world wars are soon to come to pass. All right, now we're going to dive into this just to bring this forth. All right, these 2 scriptures that we're about to dive into, or the second one, or the next 2, right? These have been fulfilled, but the ending part hasn't been fulfilled yet, and we're seeing the beginning stages of the fulfillment of World War III. All right, that wasn't confusing, but we'll dive into it. All right, the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 12, it says, "One woe is past, the first world war. And behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter," right? 2 more woes, meaning what? 2 world wars. Did not World War I happen? It happened in what? July 28th, 1914, and ended November 11th, 1918, man. All right, so that was the fulfillment of World War I, the first woe, right? Now, it says that there's 2 more woes hereafter, right? This is the book of Revelations, chapter 11, verse 14. "The second woe is past, and behold," right? The Second World War, did it not pass already? It did. It was fulfilled. It was fulfilled in what? September 1st, 1939 through September 2nd, 1945, right? That's when the Second World War passed. All right. That's when it happened. Right. And it says what? "And behold, the third woe cometh quickly." The third woe, the third world war by means of war, right? The third world destruction by means of war, right? Chaos, right? So now, since we see the beginning stages of these wars happening, right? You cannot say that it is not the signs of the times of the end of this wicked rulership and the return, the inevitable return of the Messiah, the anointed one, Yahawashi Hamashiach. All right. Let's get the book of Matthew. All right. Because it tells you these are the signs to be, aware of, right? Of his return. So let's get the book of Matthew, chapter 24. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verses 3 on down to 8. All right. And it says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when these things be, and what shall be the sign," right? The warnings, the threats, right? "Of thy coming." Because sign goes into what? To convey a message to, right? By means of what? Warnings, threats, omens, right? "What shall be the sign of thy coming and the end," right? The end, sun telia, which goes into consummation, the finale of a thing, or the ending of a thing, right? The completion thereof, right? "The end of this world." The completion of this rule, man, that's already happening. All right. This rulership is already complete with its wickedness. All right. And we see the beginning stages of it crumbling, man. This rulership is folding, man. All right. "The end of this world," the age of wickedness that has exceedingly polluted the 4 winds of the earth, right? Verse 4. Now, this is Yahawashi Hamashiach speaking, right? And it says, "And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many." All right. So look, the elect are not going to be deceived when all these false messiahs come and say, "Oh, I'm the Messiah, I'm the anointed one, I'm here to bring forth peace, prosperity, blah, blah, blah," all this bullshit, right? The elect are not going to be deceived, because we, Lord willing, we be of the elect, right? We know through the scriptures that the second return of Yahawashi Hamashiach is unfathomable. It tells you that he's going to return with clouds, right? A grand fathership, a fathership that is bigger than the entire earth. You're not going to be able to see the beginning of it nor the ending of it, all right? And he's going to bring forth a roar, a shout like a woman in travail, right? A war cry, a battle cry. And what? He's going to cause great destruction. So when these fucking false messiahs come into play, right? You got to think to yourself, all right, well, the scriptures don't say this. What you're talking about, saying you're here to bring forth peace and prosperity, that They don't talk about that. All right. You got to really think to yourself, all right, this can be real. All right. But hey, like the scripture says, for biblical prophecy's sake, hey, many are going to be deceived. It is what it is. All right. But this is also more things to be aware of, right? It says, and ye shall hear of wars, right? Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right. We're hearing them starting right now. Or actually, for a very long time, we've been hearing these things. All right. But now it's being made more evident that World War III is drawing closer and closer as the days go on, right? And that's truly what we're waiting for. World War III to pop off, the inevitable mandatoryization of the MOTB, right? Those prophecies, right? It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, shocked, astonished, right? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. In other words, what? Don't be shocked, astonished about these things that are coming into fruition. Why? It's because they are inevitable. World War III is inevitable. All right. The great destruction of this wicked ass rulership, starting with America, Babylon the Great, is inevitable, man. All right. It says, but all these things are, must come to pass, which is inevitable. But the end is not yet. All right. The end is not yet by means of what? Because there's other prophecies that need to come into fruition before the end of America, Babylon the Great, by means of what? Thermonuclear missiles, right? So look, one of those primary, biblical prophecies that we are truly, yearning for, hoping for it to happen this year's Adwan Ratazah, is what? The mandatoryization of the MOTB, which is the subdermal implantable microchip, which is the RFID microchip that they're going to implant, whether it be in your hand or in your forehead, your metapon, your brain, right? That's what we're hoping and yearning for that to happen sooner than later. All right. This is verse 7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Come on, man. Put two and two together. These things are happening. These things are happening. All right. Nations are rising up against nation and kingdoms against kingdoms. All right. You also have to understand that all these fucking nations hate America, Babylon the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, right? So you can see why all these BRICS, members are all on one accord against America, Babylon the Great. All right. You can see that, man. You can see that these nations are truly rising up against nations. All right. And kingdoms against kingdoms. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. Famines, the lack of, the shortages of, the scarcity of food, nourishment, sustenance to your body. Right. We see the beginning stages of that, especially primarily out here in Texas, man. All right, with the burning of all the croplands, the destruction of the cattle, the pestilence that have been made manifest in the cattle that's fucking gotten the pestilence, having the human habit now, right? The human beings are getting are contracting the disease and the pestilences of these animals by means of the cattle, and, your poultry, your meats, all these things. All right, these things are happening. All right, it says, and there shall be famines, pestilences, right? What we were just talking about, and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. These storms, these tempests, right? These planetary tremors, right? All these things are happening, and it's just the beginning of it, man. Right? Let's keep reading. All these are the beginnings of sorrows, man. It's just the beginning. This ain't shit. All right, this ain't shit. Yahweh Bashmi is truly about to show up, man. All right, this ain't nothing compared to what's coming. All right, let's grab a precept real quick in the book of 2nd Ezra, man. Let's grab a precept since I said that, right? All right, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, this is verse 16, straight to the point. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen, right? Greater evils than the things that we're seeing right now, presently, the things that, greater evils than the things that have happened in the ancient days, all right? The flood, the fire and brimstone in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The earth cracking open and splitting and receiving all those wicked ass Israelites and closing back up as if nothing happened, all right? All the wicked ass shit that's happening right now, all these things that have happened in history, so to speak, right? Collectively together, right? Greater evils than all those things is going to be made manifest, right? For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Meaning, in the times to come, in the near future, it's only going to get worse, man. Worse. Fucking worse, all right? How about Shmuel Shah is truly not playing around, man? All right? Truly not playing around. Let's get this in the book of 2nd Ezra. All right, chapter 16, verse 18, and we'll jump down to verse 22. All right, and we'll also grab it in the GMT. Yeah, we'll grab it in the GMT. All right. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verses 18, and then verse 22. All right, it says, the beginnings of sorrows and great mournings, the beginnings of famines, right? The scarcity, the lack of, the shortages of food, right? To nourish yourself, right? We see the beginning stages of that, right? It says, the beginnings of famines and great death, the beginnings of wars, right? These conflicts that are about to start happening, they're happening right now before the eyes of the people, all right? And it's only going to get worse because it says the beginnings of, we're in the beginnings of it, man. It hasn't even, World War III hasn't full-fledgedly popped off yet, all right? But you got the gathering of these nations, you know, going over to this place, man, all right? Iran struck Israel with an invasion of fucking missiles. Now you got Russia flying to their aid by means of warships that are armed to the teeth with hypersonic missiles, all right? And they don't specifically say that they're nuclear, but they got missiles that are able, you know, capable of launching out of a fucking ship that are nuclear, you know, nuclear armed, right, so to speak, right? But this is just the beginning, man. It's only going to get worse, all right? It's only going to get worse. It says the beginnings of wars and the power shall stand in fear, right? The powers, the rulers of this world, right? The powers of this world, which are who? These elites, man, all right? They're going to stand in fear because they're starting to see that, oh shit, their inevitable end is coming into fruition, all right? They're starting to see like, yo, these prophecies is coming to pass. World War III, all right? Shortly after is our destruction, our demise, and we're going to be in slavery. Yeah, all right? They're standing in fear right now as we speak, man, all right? Because these things are happening. They're coming into fruition. And trust me, they know because they got a very good understanding of these scriptures, man, all right? The scriptures tell you that what? Thou art wiser than Daniel, all right? These niggas know, man. These niggas know that their inevitable end is coming into fruition, all right? They're just going to try to fight to their, you know, their best against Yahweh Shemel Shai. But look, they're not going to prevail, man. They're not going to prevail, all right? But it says, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils come? All right? The beginning of evils, bad times, man. Perilous times, treacherous and gruesome times. Times that are what? Full of danger and risk. Evil times, man. The times of what? Jacob's trouble by default, which is what? The day of the Lord, man, of gloominess and darkness, desolation and destruction, great death, all right? Chaos, all these things, shed perils that are written in the scripture, all right? That is the great evils that are about to be made manifest in this modern day and age, in this present time, man, all right? Now let's jump down to verse 22. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, right? Be killed, right? Of famine. And the other that escape the hunger, right? Shall the sword destroy by means of the wars that are going to happen, all right? Not just overseas in the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, right? But here in America, Babylon the Great, right? The civil wars, right? The civil unrest, the race wars, all types of wars. This planet is about to be engulfed with war in general, man. All right. So that's why I said, shall the sword destroy, man? Because look, if the fucking famine don't kill you, all right, the damn sword is going to kill you by means of what? The wars that are happening. That's how bad it's about to be out here, man. All right. Great evils is coming to America, Babylon the Great. Great evils is coming to the earth in general, man. All right. Throughout the four corners of the earth. But primarily here in America, Babylon the Great, which is the wicked and sinful kingdom that the scriptures speak of. All right. And let's grab this really quickly in the Good News Translation. All right. Bear with me. All right. All right. So the book of 2nd Ezra, right? Chapter 16, verse 18 and 22 in the Good News Translation. All right. And it reads, okay. It says, troubles will come and many people will groan, right? Groan in a mournful state, groan in agony and pain, basically. It says, famine will come and many people will die. Wars will come and the world powers will tremble. These damn elites, right? They're trembling. They're shaking in their boots right now, man. All right. Because their inevitable end is coming into fruition and they see it. All right. They see it and they feel it in the spirit too. All right. It says, Disaster will come and everyone will be terrified. What will people do when these disasters come? All right. In other words, look, especially primarily for you Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, you Israelites that have not turned to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in all truth and sincerity, fear and trembling. All right. What you gonna do when Yahweh Bashim Yahushai visits you, man? When all these great and terrible things come upon you, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna be able to do shit. All right. Let's get verse 22. It says, for many people on the earth will starve to death by means of what? The famine, the scarcity, the shortage, the lack of food and nourishment for you to be able to survive here. Right? And those who escape starvation will be killed in war. And come on, that's simple. All right. You're going to be killed in the wars, whether it be overseas in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Or whether it be here in America, Babylon the Great, by means of what? All these troops that are already infiltrating America, Babylon the Great, as we speak for the past 3 years, because the border's been open here in the southern borders of Texas, right? Or, you know, overseas or here. Simple. Because at the end of the day, you got to understand, there's going to be wars everywhere, running rampant across the four winds of the earth, all right? But it's going to be heavy, primarily here in America, Babylon the Great, because this is the wicked and sinful kingdom, all right? So resorting back to this article, right? It says that the Russians are fleeing, right? Or fleeing their country to go help Iran in the pursuit of their fucking, you know, whatever they're trying to do. You know, they felt as though like, hey, we're going to strike Israel. All right. Now the Russians are making their way over there to be on their behalf, to help them, just in case any other countries try to help. Because you already know who Russia really wants to draw out. They want to draw out who? They want to draw out America, Babylon the Great, so they can bring forth destruction and demise to America, Babylon the Great. Its troops, right? And the people here in the United States, leaving these people here what? Vulnerable, man. All right, because you already got Russian spies here as well. All right. But let's get this as well. Let's get this in the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, all right, pertaining to the Medes. All right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verses, we'll get 17 on down to 18. Straight to the point. Behold, I will stir up the Medes to provoke, right? I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows, right? Their bows, their missiles, also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity upon the fruits of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. All right, so look, when those intercontinental ballistic missiles get shot from the northern countries, right, those great evils that are going to break forth from the northern country, right, Jeremiah 1:14, is going to what? Come over here, America, Babylon the Great, and destroy the inhabitants of the land. America, Babylon the Great whore that sitteth upon many waters, right? But pertaining to the war that's going on, all right, look, this is happening, man. The Medes are truly stirred up. They're stirred up in that spirit of war, right? They've been provoked to that spirit of war, and they truly want to bring forth the demise of America, Babylon the Great, man. This is not a joke, man. This is not a joke, and guess what? The scriptures speak about it, man. All right, we're just seeing all these things merely play out upon the earth, all right? Now let's also get this in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. Okay, right here. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 11. It says, make bright the arrows, right? Make bright, meaning the perfection, the constant upgradings, the fortification of the, weapons of mass destruction, right? Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes for his device, right? His plans, his schemes, right? Also his missiles, the nuclear missiles, is against the Babylon, right? To destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, the vengeance of his temple. All right, so look, these damn Russians are flying to the aid of the damn Iranians, and they're armed to the teeth with hypersonic missiles, man. Hypersonic missiles that America, Babylon the Great, doesn't even have in their warships. They got cruise missiles. They got, ballistic missiles, Scud missiles. I know that because, being a veteran as well. But you have to also understand, then they don't have the capabilities of having hypersonic missiles launched from their Babylonian fucking warships. All right. The Russians do though. And they're also sending Russian submarines, man, that are nuclear armed, that have nuclear missiles, man. All right. They ready, man. They want America to try to do some shit so they can flex their muscle and be like, well, we're going to launch the nuke on your ass now. Since you wanted to fuck around and find out. Now you're going to find out. All right. But then, like the scripture says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. So I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, the next day. All right. There's other prophecies that have to come into fruition. All right. But look, we see the increases of these biblical prophecies coming into fruition, though. All right. We see the increase in the tensions of these nations drawing towards where? The Valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Let's actually grab that really quickly in the book of Joel. The book of Joel, right here. The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9 through 12, all right? It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Are they not preparing for war right now, man? They've been ready. These other nations, these other countries, they've been ready. All right, they want to fight. It's America, Babylon the Great, that's not combat effective right now at all. Not ready for war at all. Right? Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. And I can speak on behalf of these other countries, man, especially North Korea, China. Not really China, but basically China too as well. Russia. Most of their men, all right, are military. Most of their whole entire country is all military. Most of the people in their country are more military than the civilians, so to speak. All right, the older people. Everybody that's young in Russia, North Korea, especially North Korea, man. North Korea primarily is the one on top. Almost every single person that lives in North Korea is a soldier, man. All right, is a soldier, and they are ready for war. They always have these damn, monthly presentations of their battle strategy, their effectiveness, their fucking weaponry, the increases of this. All right, always flexing a muscle, letting America know, like, what's up? What you want to do? Literally, come on, man. It says, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. All right, which is what? The building, the perfection, the constant, forging of weapons of mass destruction by means of what? The intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. All right. It said, let the weak say that I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai. All right. It says, let all the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Which is where? The valley of Yehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment, which is out there in the Middle East, really, which is West Asia, if I'm not mistaken. Right? And where Iran is, Israel, all those places in the Middle East, right? This is happening, right? The gathering of these nations, right? Now you got Russia over there now, right? If I'm not mistaken, China is actually still in the vicinity because they were patrolling the waters in near Taiwan. But they, if I'm not mistaken, it was also Russia and China together doing a patrol near the Middle East as well, all right? Somebody can fact check me on that. I'm not sure, but I know I read something about that, all right? But you can definitely tell that they all these nations are showing a united front, man. Out there in the Middle East, though, a united front. They waiting for NATO to step in and do something. And guess what? Once that happens, all right, World War III will really be popping off, man. All right, World War III, and it's soon to come to pass. Soon to come to pass. All right. It says, let all the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, man. All right, this is going to be a great war, man. A great war with great death, all right, out there in the valley of Jehoshaphat. And here in America, Babylon the Great, by means of all the civil unrest that's going to happen here. All right, Jacob's trouble that's going to pop off here, man. All right, this is not a joke, man. All right, these scriptures speak plainly. All right, the end is becoming more evident to the masses of the people. All right, that's why it behooves you, Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, to receive this word of truth before it is too late, before the destruction, the said perils of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai comes upon you and utterly catches your ass off guard and destroys your man. All right, destroys your ass. All right, simple. All right, so we don't want to make the lesson too long. Don't want to prolong this. All right, Adon Ratazah, this lesson was edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point, playing upon the tables. All right, we're going to close up by facing the east, right? And and giving the much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahar, Rachak, Wadash, Shabbat Shemayim. Double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone GMS that taught us this truth and that rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. For you, sincere Aki and Wa'akwa, you sincere brothers and few amounts of sincere sisters, right? Adawan, Ratazah, Lord willing, that this lesson was edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point, playing upon the tables, right? As I've said in the beginning, those links to those articles that I was talking about are in the description section. Take heed to them at your leisure, all right? Adawan, Ratazah, the lesson was edifying, all right? We're going to shut it down. Yahweh Shai Barakatam, Aman, Shalom.